I would say, for me, as being the singer-songwriter, it's just kind of a document of my life. Most of it's kind of like a journal and outlet, the good, the bad, and the in-between. Something I'm very passionate about, which is where the name Bleeding Keys comes from. We've all decided it's what we were made to do, so we all want to do it to some capacity for as long as we can. So we're just within the last year, we've kind of sunk into the roles that we're best at, each of us individually. And it's been really nice because we know what our roles are and we can each do those roles and not step on each other's toes. And it's been nice seeing where everybody's gifted and where they can best serve and leave the rest to the other guys. So the dynamics, I would say, we're all pretty tight for sure. We get along. We're not without arguments or flaws for sure. There's some strong personalities, as with every band, and artistic personalities also don't necessarily mesh. But we've done a pretty good job at trying to manage that. So, biggest struggle has been, and it's becoming easier, but it's been finding those roles that were best fit and not clashing with each other, you know, because I think that's where a lot of the conflict happens, when people don't know exactly what their role is, and you have dominant personalities and everybody wants to control it. But if everybody knows what their roles are and what they're supposed to do, I think that can diffuse a lot of that. So I think that's been a huge struggle for us. We've definitely hasn't come without conflict, but we've gotten a lot better, and we've understood that it's very important to understand what the personality types are and where they best fit. So we've given more credence to that, and in turn it's made things a little bit easier for us as of late. So we're going to do a song called Love's Like Holding Guns, and it's probably one of my personal favorites. It's a little bit more somber of a song. My wife and I had a really rough stretch. Our first 5 years of marriage were really rough. And so it's kind of a documentation of those years for us. And in fact, my wife even wrote a couple lines in the song, so she's vested in it as well. And it was just such a raw time. So for me, I really like that song. It has a very strong personal attachment for me.
Seems like I kinda just waited for my time. Seems like the rain put a rust on my bones till I redline. Please forgive me, I loved you more than you'll know. Made a mistake when the darkness came, thought I had to go. And my road was rough, yeah, a little bit cold. But I want you to know that my love for you has a way of never letting go. Broken and bruised, everybody has a fuse. Like a hurricane, I couldn't see the truth. It was like a graveyard in that heart of mine. Turned out the lights, let go, and left the morning behind. And my road was rough, yeah, a little bit cold. But I want you to know that my love for you has a way of never letting go. Well, I was sifting through the rubble of a puzzle that was incomplete. There was a hole in the middle and I couldn't ever find the piece. The sun would rise and set and rise again, but it would never set foot on the shadow that I had within. No, it would never set foot on the shadow that I had within. My road was rough, yeah, a little bit cold. But I want you to know that my love for you has a way of never letting go.
And when I went to college in Seattle, I got really bored and I was like, I need to do something. So I bought a guitar from a pawn shop, started writing. I had a buddy that went to college with me from the same hometown I'm from. He taught me a couple chords and I just kind of got into it and I was like, I've been missing out on this my whole life. So I started writing, moved to Alaska after I graduated from college in Seattle, and that gave me a lot of time to write, kind of get out of the rat race and just kind of process my thoughts on paper and learn how to do all that. And then when I moved to Indiana 4 years later, I was finally ready to start actually playing out and with a band. And so I felt like it was a pretty quick process from playing inside my home to jumping into it with a band and getting over the jitters, being on a stage in front of people, because it wasn't something I was real comfortable with it for the first couple of years, but I'm becoming more and more comfortable all the time. So, about 2 years ago, we met the CEO of Klipsch Speakers out of Indianapolis, and it was at a private party down in Broad Ripple. And he invited us to Vegas to play out at the Hard Rock. And since then, we've forged relationships with the Klipsch people. They're really cool people, real authentic. And just about, I guess it's been about 4 or 5 months ago, they've officially sponsored us. So they're starting what's called an emerging artist program, and we're one of 12 either singer-songwriters or bands that they are supporting, sponsoring, and they're going to put a part of their budget toward their emerging artist program. So we don't know exactly what that's going to look like this year, but we know that it'll open up some really cool doors and opportunities. But besides that, we are very adamant about doing our own thing, not just relying on them to make, you know, our experiences and our opportunities for us. So we've been looking into booking different festivals. We're a little late behind the gun now because we spent a lot of time recording this last album, which we just finished a couple weeks ago. So we were kind of behind the ball, but we're going to get on it for not this summer, but the next summer, get festivals and start heading out of town come springtime. And we'll do concentric circles. So we'll do like 3-hour drive cities, play Chicago and Louisville and Cincinnati. And then come summer, we'll probably go further south, Nashville and North Carolina, Atlanta and Florida. And for me, I would say if I could make 50 grand a year personally playing music and it not impose extremely on my family, or they could be a part of it, then I would consider myself successful. One of the last 2 songs that we wrote for this last album, it's called Over the Moon, and it's a little bit more lighthearted, just to give you a quick idea of the concept. So Over the Moon, you heard the saying over the moon for, like a girl you're over the moon for. And then as the song evolves on, you become all your experiences and associations with her at night, you go on walks or whatever, and then eventually they break up and you're over the moon, like you're over it. So that's more of a fun song. We're going to do that just because we don't want to do all slow songs in here. I know there's a tendency to do that with an acoustic set, but we wanted to do something that also shows a little bit rockier side of us, even though it'll still be more acoustic driven. But
and flow. You pull me in and hold me tight as the cold wind goes. I play the fool beneath your glow. Your brilliance makes the sun explode. Over the moon, in love so soon. You've got me over the moon. Over the just be howling at you, dear, till the sun bangs. But I must admit it's all so clear when the day breaks. You never were the type to stay, left with regret. echoes of my heart pound. I used to like to get together after sundown, but never again, forever on beds and broken bound. I'm burning the hours until it is clear the night is left me safe and sound. Over the moon, it lost so soon. You've got me over the moon. Over the moon, you've left it ruined, and now I'm over the moon.
Funny, these things you think about 2 years ago, we were excited to play some of these venues. They seem like such a big deal, and now it's like those aren't a big deal, and we're looking to the next thing. So we just hope that it keeps going that way, that those things that seemed like a big deal become less and less, and that we just aspire to do something bigger all the time. Most out of this next year, bigger venues, festivals, start making more of a living with it, as I don't currently have a permanent 9-to-5 job. I'm just doing side jobs to make it through, try to make music work. So the most out of this year, yeah, I would say that would be it. Playing bigger venues for more people, just gaining more of a fan base. For us, it's not, we really are pretty personal group. We really, part of the fun for us isn't just playing in front of people, it's really making new relationships and meeting new people. We really look at our fans as our friends, so we just call them friends, because I don't really like to look at them as fans, you know, because they really are friends. We legitimately like to get to know everybody. So I would say that'd be another thing, just meeting more people, more new people. So.